Luke John Harrison here, and welcome to episode 106 of the Daily Boom. So this one's a little bit more of a controversial, serious one, if you will. I want to talk about cancer. Now, this is a subject close to everybody's heart, and unfortunately I had a grandparent pass this year from that battle, second time actually. And so I want to give my opinion on it. And here's the thing, I think the misconception about cancer is that they reckon about half of the population are going to get it at some point in their life. Now, some of it is hereditary, some cases are extreme, very like 1 in 10,000 and all this. But the majority of cancer comes from thriving in an acidic environment. Scientists and doctors have proven over the years that cancer cannot thrive and grow in an alkaline environment, right? So what that means is if you are truly healthy, you are almost guaranteed to not get cancer. Obviously, there's still that small chance, but the healthier you are, the more precautions you take, the less likely you are to get it. Now, when older people, obviously it's more rife in older people, 40s, 50s, 60s onwards. And now what these people are contracting it for is a lot, years and years of lifestyle habits. A lot of the time, they've drank too much, they've smoked too much, they've ate too much shit food, they haven't exercised or looked after the stress. So they've created an acidic environment for this cancer to grow. Okay? So here's the controversial bit about this, because we know this. Cancer research, right? I will never, ever give a penny of my money to a research-based charity. That's my personal opinion, because I don't believe they will ever find a cure for cancer fully. I believe what they will do is find drugs to help with the pain, things for you and the NHS and to profit from, right? So let's consider this. Every patient cured is a customer lost. The pharmaceutical industry is probably the most profitable industry in the world. Why? Because everyone's sick and everyone needs drugs, right? Now, here's the thing with research-based charities. They test on animals. I don't like that. I'm a huge animal lover. I don't like the idea of somebody treating animals unfairly. Now, there's obviously going to be for and against for this all over the globe. People are saying, well, we wouldn't have certain medicines if it wasn't for testing, etc. That's fine. Okay, I'm not here to argue the point. I'm here to put across my truth. I'm not saying it's the truth, I'm saying it's my truth. And I think we can't be naive enough to think that quite possibly the pharmaceutical industry is in it for profit. We know this. Where there's money, there's power. If we were all healthy, the pharmaceutical industry would go out of business, because they are kept in business by sick people. Now, there is obviously hereditary things and rare cases where people need medication and drugs, but the majority of it can be cured by good health, great health. I think that money, rather than being pumped into research to pump out more drugs to profit the pharmaceutical industry, should be put towards education of how to truly be healthy, education on people's mindsets to keep in control, exercise programs that are fucking exciting, okay? Things that are going to keep people excited and looking forward to it. They should teach people how to cook clean meals and get away from this health thing. Consider this, right? I've been meaning to go on this rant for a long time and I'm not going to stop. The health industry, right? The food industry has to be shown to do something for health. The government has these guidelines to say we are doing something to combat obesity. But here's the truth. Why is it now that we're finding out low-fat foods are actually high in chemicals, high in sugar, and usually more worse for you than high-fat, regular fat foods, right? A high-fat diet, moderate carbohydrate, is usually the way forward for health. It's just we've got it all wrong. We are going low-fat, high sugar. Sugar is the cause of most illnesses, right? Sugar is the cause of it. So here's another thing. Cannabis oil has been said and proven in certain cases to cure certain types of cancer. Why are they not funding research on that? Doesn't that smell a little bit iffy? That they're not, oh, this could cure cancer. No, we're not going to bother funding research on that. Hang on a second. Why? Because if they found a cure, patients would not buy the drugs anymore. So the pharmaceutical industry wouldn't profit. Have a look around you in the world. How easy it is to go and buy shit food, to overindulge on alcohol, to be stressed. The world society doesn't really want us to be healthy and in control. They want us to be sick. Let's consider food companies. Food companies have to be shown to do healthy options, but if you actually know a little bit about nutrition and you look on the back of the ingredients, they're usually worse off for you. They're not healthy at all. They're just branding it as healthy because they believe that you will buy it. Maybe the food companies want you to buy their shit food so you'll become addicted, so you'll pay them more money to buy more food. So then when you get addicted to shit food, you'll get sick, which in turn you'll need drugs for, so you give money to the pharmaceutical industry. The pharmaceutical industry will be smiling at the food industry, and the food industry will go, yeah, we've got it made. Because the government, the pharmaceutical industry, the food industry don't care about you. What's important is that you care about you and you understand that you have a choice. Now, regardless of the whole thing on research charities or not, I think cancer care charities are amazing. The people who care for the people, who help them along, who guide them, support them, etc. But I think a lot needs to be done, especially at an earlier age and even now, because there's never a too late time to start. The problem with most people is we go in life, we just let life happen to us and we just go and go and go until we get cancer. And then, only then is it the time where you go, I wish I made better choices. I wish I'd started sooner. Or, God, it's time to start now. Why do we wait so fucking long? The fact is, we have a choice now to just make a little bit better choices, to start exercising, to start looking after our mind, reducing stress, being around better people, introducing better organic foods into our body, more fruits and vegetables, less shit, drinking less, smoking less. We've got choices here, people. And the fact you can make your mind up and argue all about the research industry, etc., all you want. But in my honest opinion, and from what reality has told us so far, there is no cure. And there is multi-millions of pounds getting pumped into research every single year. And it doesn't look like we are getting closer to a cure. They say that we are, but we're not. And why won't they fund things like cannabis oil, which has been proven to actually cure it? This has been a little bit of a rant. It's something that's close to my heart. And I think if we were all educated a little bit better and put in the position where we were not so clouded over by believing what we hear. Isn't it funny how I give advice to people and yet they always usually say, that's not what I've heard in the past. They follow that advice and they get results. If you know somebody who's got great results in their life, the likelihood is they've went against the rules that we've been telling you. That the society and the government and the health guidelines have been telling you. The likelihood is if they've got real results, sustainable results, which they're still able to keep up after years and years, they've gone against the rules that you hear. Because a lot of people want us to be fat, sick and tired. That's unfortunately the world that we live in now, because that breeds profit. Just think about this video. Okay, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying it's up to you to not be naive enough to think that this stuff doesn't go on. It's up to you to make your own mind up, to have a look, to research yourself, to see what you truly believe, not just believe what you're told, not just believe what others say or what's in conversation or what you think the way it's supposed to be. Change your perception on how things possibly could be different and how you could make a change today. Share this video. This has been a bit of a rant. If you believe anyone will benefit from these words, peace out. Have a wonderful Saturday, my friends.